Hi guys, Scary Girl here, and you're probably asking why I'm here. Well, it is because it is October, and I made an agreement with MK, and now I'm the channel owner. And before you ask me where she is, don't worry, she's on vacation with Julia. And well, of course this video is about me because why not? But this scenario isn't good enough, so let's go somewhere interesting. Way better now. So this is a haunted mansion, so if you hear something, are probably the ghosts. Well, so let's start this video. Starting with the Reboot 1, Scary Girl was introduced as the fun and crazy character, saying she wants friends and watch them get really hurt because she likes that. Also, she said to stop looking at her, probably because this makes her wanting to hurt or scare, or is like a death stare, but these are just theories. In the rest of the episode, she only makes weird comments like asking if Priya screams in her sleep, or if she could be part of the Frogs of Death because the death part in the name. So since EP1 we see how she is crazy, weird, and really funny. Her scary comments might be weird for some people, but I find it really entertaining, not to mention, makes her look different from everyone. In episode 2 she gets way weirder, but way funnier too. She eats one of the squirrels Axel killed and makes her comment about blood making everyone uncomfortable. But the most memorable thing about her character starts here. That is her dynamic with Damien, with him being really scared and her scaring him. And this is hilarious. She also makes a comment about loving his screams. It seems like just a weird line, but I think it is not and has something more about it. But I'll explain later. During the challenge she's great, doing backflip to dodge the cabbages and having the idea of sinking the ship to be tied, showing she's a good player and not just a weirdo. I love her in this episode because she has more interactions with others and starts her dynamic with Damien, not to mention her proving to be a good player, and also her lines still super funny. Now in the third episode she doesn't do much, but the little scenes she has are enough to be really funny. She doesn't have pre-challenge interactions, and also in the challenge she doesn't talk much. She was chosen to be the last to do the chorus. But before that she tries to bite Ripper's finger. Is a little scene, but kinda shows how she acts like an animal sometimes. I mean eating squirrels last step too. But with these two scenes it's more clear. Also she has like her most popular line in this episode, that is Scary Girl singing a song that is just a kid's song with weird lyrics.
If you're gonna hide a body, clap your hands. If you're gonna hide a body, clap your hands.
Probably her funniest and iconic line, and was completely unexpected. Priya simply says, "Who knows what Scary Girl is thinking," and then she appears singing. Then finally her turn to do the challenge arrives, and she's extremely good, jumping high and doing this with a bear. Even though everyone was doubting, she finished the challenge faster than everyone and wins for her team. This episode, even though she has like 5 lines, I still like her a lot here, because there are not too many lines, but they're so iconic, or just her doing the challenge is already memorable, because the way she does is funny and kinda impressive. Now her elimination episode, the 4th one, that is basically her craziest episode, because she is in her psycho crazy mode. She starts with an interaction with Priya, but it's just Priya talking while Scary Girl keeps playing with a spoon. But in reality she was sharpening the spoon until it became a knife. And after Priya said the wrong things and she made the situation worse, Scary Girl start her way to psycho mode. And when she finds the jackhammer, everything starts looking like a slasher movie. First she chases the frogs, but then they make MK distract her, and then she goes after MK. But then she can hide in a shack. But then Scary Girl sees Damien, and then she completely loses her mind.
Sometimes I get carried away.
But then she has a confessional that seems random, but actually it really shows a side of Scary Girl that I need to talk.
I know Damien is on my team, but his screams are so delicious. What's a girl to do?
This kinda shows the love she has for Damien, but not the way you think is a torturous love. She loves seeing him scream, run and get hurt. Yes, she does this with the others, but with Damien is different. She basically saves his life because she wants to hear him scream. Like she don't want him to die because if he dies no more screams. And for me, this gives her the psycho vibes way more interesting because she kinda has a love relationship with Damien, but with pain and scream, but of course just in her head. Anyway, the challenge continues, and she got the skull right when she was almost killing Damien, so he was saved, and she gets the skull, but instead taking to Chris to win the challenge, she goes give the skull a makeover. And because of that, her teams get really angry and eliminate her, but she doesn't just go home. She has the best elimination reaction.
I will have vengeance on those who betrayed me! Years from now, when you've long forgotten who I am, I will find you and make you wish you'd never been born! Bye!
And her final words before go is that she meet a lot of people and she knows their names, and this is good if you need an organ, and she leaves with an umbrella like a demonic Mary Poppins. And even though she was kinda over the top, I still like her a lot in this episode. Yes, her psycho killer mode is a bit exaggerating, but that's why I like that. Makes the episode not being boring, because everyone running around could end up being too much. And her chasing everyone was extremely funny, and everyone remembers the jackhammer thing. Her elimination was also iconic. Yes, it was sad to see her go, but I think it was at the right time. If she stayed a bit longer, she would start getting a bit repetitive. But just because she was eliminated doesn't mean she didn't appear again. She appears at the finale, but the only thing she does is get excited about the lava and complain about not having snakes. In my opinion, it is her worst episode. But it is kinda obvious the episode is about the finalists and a bit about the helpers, and since she was neither, it wouldn't focus too much on her. Well, that was her in the season. She was a gimmick character, but this isn't a bad thing, actually it's great. Works with all the normal characters. The reboot have we need a weird one, and Scary is the perfect one. Of course, some people might think she's over the top, but I don't, and I love that she is this way because it's hilarious and unique. The only problem is her interactions with others that are almost non-existent. She interactions with Damien, Z in the episode 2, Priya in the 4th, and that's it. The other things are just lines that are said randomly. Besides that, she's a great character and kinda the reboot mascot, at least for the producers, and you will understand in the second season. Speaking of, let's talk about that. Okay, now season 2 of the reboot. Well, as you guys see, Scary Girl, or better saying Lauren, had a design change, and it's supposed to make her look normal, but just made her look weird, but on a bad way. She tries to act normal, saying things like, "It's nice no one got eaten by a shark because that would not give me any joy," and you can see she's struggling to say that. She said she is acting normal because the people that watch the show, her mom, and even a dog said she was too scary, that's why she was eliminated. So that's why she was acting normal. The funny thing is that everyone thought she was a new contestant, but when they found, the discomfort started again. She was okay at the challenge, at least she wasn't the first out. And by the way, I can't watch her all covered with pain and not remember the movie Carrie. At the elimination ceremony, she said that she was scary, but she tried hard to become this normal girl, but for that she studied her teammates when they weren't noticing. Inside their closets or through their windows, and she says all this to not be eliminated. But it doesn't work. She's eliminated, returning to her crazy mode and promises that they will pay. Even though she had funny moments, I can't say she was good in the episode. She doesn't have enough lines. She had this design that's really bad. People complain she had the design just in 1 EP. Well, not me. I'm actually grateful because this design is terrible, and the way they eliminated her was stupid. She did nothing wrong, so they had to make that she was spying everyone. If you were going to eliminate her because of something she did, and we saw. Not this. And if you think this is the last time she appeared, you're wrong. After her elimination, she appears 3 times before the finale. In the 4th episode on the screen because of the challenge, so it's not that special because all contestants appeared. Except for Julia in the 8th episode as a giant animatronic that almost kills Damien, and in the 10th episode her skull appears as a giant wrecking ball that again almost kills Damien. Because of those little appearances, I think she's the Reboot mascot because after her elimination she keeps appearing in these little ways, kinda like Izzy. And not to mention, she's the only one that had a whole new design. She appears in the finale, but not in a team because Chris didn't let her, but the thing she does is interact with MK, and they are so good together. I need more scenes of them because they work so well together. Because if you notice, Scary Girl acts a bit normal with her. Not normal like any other contestants, but she doesn't hurt her, and she acts a bit snarky with her in the gun scene. I think they can be a great duo next season. And she had another song, and was hilarious again.
Caleb and Julia crashing through a tree. Rock, rock the pain. Ouchie, ouchie.
And well, that was Scary Girl in the season. Since she was the first boot, there's not too much to say about her, besides she was funny, her little references in the episodes were cool, and she in the finale was the best part. But her redesign was ugly, her elimination was stupid, and she didn't try to kill Damien. I mean not intended, so she isn't the worst but still enjoyable. Say she's the worst character because she was eliminated first is an exaggeration and wrong, especially in a season we have Axel Ripper's girlfriend, Flopshell, and Psycho Priya. Well, to finish, Scary Girl started as the crazy character, didn't have too many interactions, but had lines that are random, but definitely funny, great at challenges, but can't control when she gets carried away. And that's it. She didn't change her development, but it's not a problem. She's a comic character, she's there to be funny, and that's enough. The interactions is kinda her problem because she had one with Z, two with Priya, MK, but just in the finale. The only character she had a lot of interactions with was Damien, but a real interaction didn't actually happen, just her trying to kill him. When he tried to say something she didn't answer, just tried to kill, or just said something that's not an answer, just a warning like, you got more problems when she sees a shark. And about season 2, it was disappointing, being a first boot and having a terrible redesign, and her elimination reason was ridiculous. I expected way more. Besides her redesign, her real design is amazing, one of the best. I love the Harley Quinn vibes, and her voice helps a lot with that cause fits so much with her. And predictions for her if we get a season 3. Well, I think she will have way more interactions, especially with MK and Damien, because they're their best interactions, and I want her to interact with Millie. Because Millie, even though she didn't want, she almost killed someone, and she would probably love that and try to have a friendship because of that, but of course it wouldn't work because Millie isn't a killer, but could be funny. And she needs to reach merge. She and Nichelle are the only ones that never reach the merge. And about a note for her character, I'll give it a 7. Probably is too much, but I don't care. I think she deserves. Well guys, that was the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe, or I promise I'm going to kill all of you.